Not all expats find their dream come true here in Costa Rica. Some are successful and others head home for a myriad number of reasons. Today, I'm going to give 7 habits of the highly successful, happy expats here in Costa Rica. Greetings from Costa Rica. I hope you're doing well. My name is Matt Rosenstiel and I'm a realtor with Coldwell Banker Tamarindo Realty here in Guanacaste, Costa Rica. I've been here for 12 years and in that time I've seen a lot of people come and go through Costa Rica. Some stay for a long time and are incredibly happy. Others realize that this is not right for them and decide that Costa Rica was a bad idea. Today, I'm trying to boil everything down into 7 habits of the successful expats down here to give you an idea of what I see as the determining factors that help people achieve happiness here in Costa Rica. Let's get started. Number 1, and perhaps most importantly, is to be honest with yourself as to whether you love Costa Rica for its strengths. I'll say that again. You have to be honest with yourself about whether you love Costa Rica's strengths. There are wonderful things about Costa Rica, and there are significant drawbacks. The expats who are happy here are people who very early in the process realized that, yes, they love those positive things about Costa Rica, and that they were willing to commit to being happy about those things and not necessarily worrying about the drawbacks. Number 2, patience. And I'm sure if you've been watching Costa Rica, you think of patience, yes, at the bank, in the supermarket. Everything in Costa Rica actually takes longer. But I'm talking about patience before you decide where to invest, where to rent, before you decide to hire somebody, before you decide to enter into a contract. Because here in Costa Rica, your patient, deliberate research will really pay off. And yes, that is a realtor saying you should rent before you buy. It doesn't have to be a long-term rental in that particular area. It could be 2 different short-term rentals in the dry season and the rainy season, and you'd get a great idea of exactly how the community works. Number 3, pay people fairly. It's a simple concept, and I want to get into a little bit of how it results over the long term. One of the most frequent complaints you'll hear from people living in Costa Rica is that I can't find anyone good to do work on my house, my landscaper never shows up, or my pool maintenance guy, etc., etc. A lot of times, those people were the same ones who were dickering, negotiating with their pool maintenance person, or whoever it was, over small amounts of money or tiny issues with work done. I have a policy in working with people that when they're done with a job, either I accept it as finished and I pay them in full their asking price, or I don't accept it as finished and I wait to pay them until it is. I never really try to get people to go lower on their price, especially somebody who's only making $5 or $6 an hour. And instead, my policy is, well, if they've done the work, I pay them fully, and it's up to me whether or not I'm calling that person back in the long term. If you pay people their full price without dickering about little extras or on and on about the price and trying to get them to come down because you feel it's expensive, they'll be back at your doorstep as soon as possible the next time you're looking for work to be done. Over time, if you either never call back someone who you don't feel did a good job, or you keep paying and keep calling them, you're going to do a lot of things to boost yourself as a client, and service providers are going to end up increasing the level of service they provide to you. Number 4, listen and learn. It's a very simple lesson. It's actually, I think, from the 7 Habits of Highly Successful People book. It's relationship advice, but one of the key differences between expats who are happy here and expats who end up unhappy is very much that the happy people have an an attitude of listening and learning. They want to understand what's happening around them. They try not to assume they automatically understand what's going on, and very much they're interested in finding out not only about local people's lives, but really getting into the culture, laws, figuring out how businesses work, trying to learn more about their surroundings. Number 5, build relationships first. And by first, I mean prior to having someone help you with something important. Build a relationship before you hire a contractor to build your house, for example. Or build a relationship with someone before accepting their real estate advice. You should build a relationship with local families and community members before totally opening your home to the community and inviting a bunch of people over. You'd be surprised at how many expats are working with a builder or a realtor or a landscape maintenance person who was really the first friendly, trustworthy, or seemingly trustworthy person that they met. They've fallen into different business relationships without really establishing a personal relationship first. And that personal relationship gives you a huge opportunity to really understand who the other person is, not necessarily while they're making money or while they're trying to promote themselves on YouTube. Number 6, manage your A personality. That's advice coming from somebody who has a huge A personality himself. And also notice that I said manage. Clearly, you cannot get rid of your A personality if you're an adult moving to Costa Rica. But you need to realize, as someone who loves to control things, who loves to have everything organized as much as possible, that is impossible in many aspects of life here in Costa Rica. How do you manage? I was actually thinking about another few A personality friends that I have here in Costa Rica, and we all actually have a very common thread, which is strict and utter control over the landscapes around our house. At my place, I have that section of the world that is fully under my control, and my A personality can be assuaged by having that much control. Outside of your home, plan on checking your A personality back at the door. You will not have control here. Things will be disorganized, and there will be a million times when you think, oh my gosh, this is frustrating. Number 7, don't believe that Costa Rica is going to change you. Personal transformation is possible, yes, but we all know it's the exception to the rule, and normally any change that you take as a human being is eventually replaced by old habits, etc. It's depressing, but it's the reality of life that we really don't change that much. And in looking at all the expats who find happiness here versus the ones who end up leaving unhappy, disillusioned, etc., the people who are disillusioned oftentimes had this vision that, oh, I'm going to move to Costa Rica and I'm going to become a person who loves it there. That's all for today. Thanks very much for watching. Again, my name is Matt Rosenstiel. Have a good one and take care.